There's a often underused Google tool, but I think it can be useful for you as a teacher, but especially I think for your students. Is probably you maybe thinking about trying to do some projects in the spring, maybe having kids organize their learning to portfolios, and that's Google Sites. And so I just wanted to kind of remind you of it, but also show you some things because it has changed over the years. So a couple things. It's managed through Google Drive, so it's almost like creating any kind of Google Doc, Google Sheets, or whatever. So you come over to New, More, and then down in this list is Google Sites. So the other thing I'll tell you is this reason this is important is that it will actually save it to Google Drive. So when your kid wants to come and edit it, they come back to Google Drive to find it just like they would other documents. So they can create a new Google site. And so Google Sites has gotten a lot better than it used to be over the years. There's a lot more creative control, options, things like that. So there are themes that can be chosen from, but you can also create your own, as well as uploading and finding themes. So kids can be creative. So whether they're creating a business or whatever the case may be, like I said, making a learning portfolio, they can really tailor it to their needs. You can add multiple pages, all by just similar to kind of like Google Classroom. There's a plus button, you hover over it, and you get your options. And so when you do that, that adds to your home menu bar that's up here. And so you could create a link to an external page, resource. You could embed a full page of code if the kids are into that or know how to do that, or just another page right here, like another Google Sites page similar to this one. The other thing that I like now is too, so we'll call this page 2, is that you can, once you create a page, you can click these 3 dots. Remember in Google, anytime there's 3 dots, that means that there is more menu options. You can actually do things like duplicate page to save time, or you can hide from navigation. And so similar to a blog, like you would see like a WordPress blog where you go to blog, but you don't see 100 links at the homepage, right? You click and link through. You can hide those pages from navigation and then link to them elsewhere. And so lots of different options, again, to add to things, to make it look nice, to be creative. But here's the thing I like about this, and I used to teach, when I was teaching web design with kids, we would talk a lot about this, like the coding, yes, that's a big part of it. You need to learn it. But honestly, to me, the harder thing, the bigger thing is learning layout, thinking about customers' experience, thinking about organization, understanding how people's eyes move across the page, and things of that nature. So understanding that this is a communication tool. So just the same way you would want to write a paper or write an essay, you're communicating that message just on a web page. So how do you organize that? And, looking at colors and themes and not just what works for you and what you like, but what works for your audience. And so whether you're in a business class, communications class, all these sorts of things, this can be useful tools and lessons for your kids. Even if you don't know how to code, they don't know how to code, and they don't even learn how to code. It can be a very beneficial thing in learning, honestly, intro to web design, but also aspects of communication and things like that. Now, as far as adding things to the pages, you can insert, and you've got all these tools, and it's all just click and add. And then if you're not sure about things, similar to a Google form, you can drag things around, you can copy them, and you can also duplicate them. Which, here's another thing, again, nice little web design principle and tool, but we had this like duplicate page option over here, so helping them understand like theme and templates so people kind of know how to flow and navigate. So once they create it, the other thing then is work smarter, not harder. Duplicate that page once you've got it going. So you can insert that. You can add text boxes, images, things from Google Drive, and embed files and folders. You can add videos. You can see there's all sorts of different options for things that you can do and add. Honestly, make a fairly, within reason, professional looking site, but also organize a lot of information. So again, student portfolios to showcase their learning, maybe basically like a college resume or a personal portfolio to highlight them, their skills, their knowledge and experience they're gaining. A blog to get kids writing could be good. I could see like an instructional site, because here's something I've always thought about, like it's one thing to know the content, but if you can teach it to someone else, that really shows a level of understanding of it. And so, for example, like a math tutorial site or something like that. So lots of different options. Or again, if you're making a mock business, building a web page for your business. And can it be a one page? Like if you notice a lot of these pages now, it's like a one page sell page. And then when you click these things, it just scrolls down to the bottom. Okay. So I just want to remind you that Google Sites is there. Again, like other things, collaborative. So kids can work together on the same project. You can also preview mobile view versus standard view and see what it's going to look like and understand those different things. And like I said, easy to use, great way to organize things. Kids don't have to set up another account. But honestly, even if they're not learning to code, it's a valuable experience because they're learning other principles of design, of communication, and those skills will carry over into a lot of different things. Like anything else, if you're not sure how you might use this in your classroom, reach out to me. We can meet face to face. Also, can come and talk to your kids about not just how Google Sites works, but understanding kind of some principles of design, communication, and thinking about your audience and not just yourself.